So from time to time, you have to take oil and clean your scissors. So this oil will help the scissors to remain sharp, remain soft, without rusting. So you have to use oil and clean the shears or the blade, however they call it, of your scissors. So this helps the work to be nice, to the scissors to be neat and remains fresh, because rust can make the scissors to drop its value easily. So once you have oiled your scissors, make sure that you don't cut on white when you first apply the oil for the very first time. So you must also have this in mind. So the reason I am showing you this is for you to know how to treat your sewing accessories. All right, so most people take Ankara drafting as like they don't take it serious, like, right? And I have shown us or taught us on this channel several methods or several ways you can use to draft your Ankara. Now, bear in mind that Ankara has different grades, but no matter the one you are drafting, as long as it is for an occasion, you must make sure you use it, you draft it properly, because someone that brought Ankara for you today might likely bring you a higher fabric tomorrow. And the truth is that most of these customers might likely try you with all these cheap fabrics, all these fabrics that are meant for burial or one or two personal wears, before they start bringing you luxurious fabric. So in this tutorial, I will take you through the process of drafting a perfect Ankara top, which will be a bit a longer top. So however, you fold your fabric in this form, and the guide to fold this fabric is the chest over 2. Your chest over 4. So the chest we have is 42. 42 is 10.5 by 4, then extra 2 inches. So this folding is very much okay for me. Then you always mark out your baselines. And the next you do now is to mark extra 4 inches here. So this 4 inches will serve you for the folding or the hemming of the top, right? It should serve you for the folding or the hemming of your top, so which is constant both on Ankara and the senator fabrics. Then the next you are going to apply is the top length. So with the top length of my customer wants to get is 38 inches top length, which I will, okay, let's do 37 because of the fabric for the back reason. So let's do 37 inches top length. Then I'll mark it twice. Make sure you mark twice so that all your markings will be perfect. Then you cut out in this form, you mark out in this form as well. So after you have marked out these lines, now the next you will do here now is to get your armhole. Now you have 2 ways to get your armhole. It is either you divide your chest by 4 and -1. The reason for this is because we are doing a 3/4 sleeve, or you do your shoulder over 2. So chest is 42, over 4 is 10.5, right? Then -1 is 9.5. So let's cross check if the both formulas will give you similar armhole depth. So chest is 42, over 4 is 10.5, -1 is 9.5. It's a 9.5, yeah? So now, shoulder is 18, over 2 is 9. So on the shoulder area, it doesn't, apply or need you to deduct 1 inch or whatsoever. You just need to divide by 4 and divide by 2 and use the answer for your armhole. So here, we're going to mark 9.5. So you see that the both formulas are similar and it gives you a closer answer, right? So that is the guide you have to use to cross-check your parameter whenever you are drafting. So here you mark 10.5, which is 42, and the mark extra 2 inches, 1.5, depending. So I'm using 1.5 for my client. So here, after that, the next you mark here is your shoulder. So the shoulder we have is a shoulder of 18 divided by 2 is 9 plus half, that is 9.5. So you tilt your tape to come down by 2.5, and then you mark 9.5 in this form. Then mark the shoulder slope, which is 2.5 inches. So once you have gotten that connection, you draw it out in this form. After which, then you make your armhole. You make your neckline. Neckline is 16.5 divided by 6 minus 0.3. I have made a video on how to derive your neckline, but the formula is neck over 6 minus 0.3. The answer you're getting is for the width. Then add half to this to get your depth. So which is giving me 1 quarter. So I mark this way. Then add extra half to that. So it gives me 2 3/4. So here you go all the way to this point, go all the way to this point as well. Now, as you can see, the tools I am using in drafting. So these tools are very, very essential. It helps to, make your markings or your draftings come out perfectly. Time has gone when you use your freehand sketch to draft all of these things. Some tailors are still doing that in this 21st century. Now, if you really want to upgrade your fashion designing, you need to form the habits of buying these sewing accessories, the tools, the drafting accessories. It will go a long way to help your work come out nice or neatly. So here you bring the armhole and then connect from this point to this very point, so it can rest all through here and you have a perfect connection. So it doesn't really mean if it comes in by ½ inch or however, you still trim the armhole before you fix your sleeve. And after which, you bring the line on the armhole to come down straight to this very point. And then from because it's a long top, so we are going to have a longer slit. So from the 4 inches hem, you can mark 10 inches for your slit opening to end there. Then you go all the way to this very point. And this is for my front panel. So I will cut out this and then I'll also show you how to draft the back panel as well. So now in cutting of the front panel, you must make sure you gently cut the neckline. So this tutorial is basically for beginners. If this is the first time of watching me, if you are deriving value from what I am teaching, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Also invite your friends to join us on this platform where sewing tutorials are being explained in a layman's language. So here you cut all through this way and cut all the way to this very point as well. So you go all the way out. So because of how sharp my scissors is, you can see how I can push it and it's cuts the fabric. So the front panel has been cut. So let's also see how the back panel can be drafted as well. Now for the back placement, make sure you iron the fabric and place it this way. So there is something I normally do on my regular senator curtains. If you have watched me previously, you will notice that I always add 1 inch at the base, like at the hem here, we have extra 1 inch. Now the reason for that 1 inch is to help to balance the neckline when you are sewing. If you have watched my previous videos on stitching, you will see when I use that. But if you have not watched it, so kindly look out for this tutorial on the sewing of this top, and you will see when I will use the 1 inch I left at the hem. So this 1 inch actually is optional, but I will encourage you to add it if you're following my pattern of drafting, so that you can achieve the same drafting method I am using. So here you raise the back panel by extra 2.5. Remember, whatever you use in slanting the front panel is the same value you're going to use to raise the back panel. So here you mark out the line in this form, and then after which you connect the line this way. Then do your neck depth of 1.5, which is constant or normal. Then with the help of your rule as well, then you curve it all through this way. So once you have gotten to this point, now the next you will do is to cut out your neckline. Now the trick to this point is that since here is 1.5, whatever value you have here should be the double of whatever you have here. As you can see how it's corresponding, right? So if here is 1.5, so for you to know where the curve will end, so whatever you have marked here, double it 3 inches and then curve it to that 3 inches and then you cut. So that's how you get a perfect neck depth or curve at the back. So you cut all through here, and then the 1 inch at the base is being considered as well. Then cut equal sides until you get to this point. Then cut sides as well, cut the sides, then cut the sides, cut all through this way. So this is how you cut the front and the back panel, after which you fold this to come in front. So once it's folded in front like this, so what you do here is to trim out any excesses you are having here. Just trim it out, and then you're going to also trim the front neckline. You trim the front neckline as well. So this helps you to have a perfect relaxation when you join the both panels together. So this must be done before you fling your fabric to cut the next thing. So the next thing we have to cut here will be the sleeve. Now the reason as well the sleeve should come in next is because even if the fabric gets finished along the line, you can use other fabric like black or any combination or any material that matches this print to combine. So you also going to understand that the fact that after cutting the front and back panel, the sleeve is the next thing to do before the facings and every other thing. So here you fold your fabric in this form, fold into 2. So since we are doing what's it called, three-quarter sleeve, you fold this way. So what is my guide to fold this? My guide is the round sleeve of the bicep, which is 14.5, so roughly 15. So divide by 2, that is 7.5 plus extra 4 inches. So that is the guide you will use in folding your sleeve fabric. That means any value you have on your round sleeve of your customer, divide it by 2 and add extra 4.5. Extra 4, sorry. Now the extra 4 inches you're adding is to enable the sleeve to go right around the bodies of your outfit. So but remember that we added 1.5 on our inseam, so you can add extra 3 because 1.5 into front and back is 3 inches in total. So however, I just want to explain to you how to get your sleeve folding, after which you mark out your baseline just like this, and then the sleeve length we have is a sleeve length of 16. So you are going to consider the fact that you will do folding here, so you put 2.5 inches for the folding of the sleeve, 2.5 inches for the sleeve folding, just this way, and then you're going to add or mark your sleeve length plus extra 1/2 inch. The 1/2 inch you're adding is to enable you join to the shoulder without the sleeve length getting shortened or reduced, right? So this is just the tricks I use in my working, and it saves me from a lot of stress. Then after this, now the next you will do is your round sleeve, which we have to be 13 for the mouth of the sleeve, 13, and then extra 1.5 or 2 inches. However, then here you come down by 4, which is constant. Come down by 4. Then with your freehand sketch, I could have just connected this way, but let me explain to you. Then you could join the 4 inches to the sleeve edge this way. Then with the help of your rules, you connect. You see the sense of getting these rules. It helps your drafting to be more perfect, more precise, and neater. So this is how it goes. And then you can as well use this. If you have this, you can as well use this to do your perfect sleeve connection, right? So this also gives you a perfect connection when you know how to handle it as well. So how do you do that? But then I will just explain later on. Then you can, okay, let's just do the drafting and then check with this if it will work. Then what you do is to measure from the total length of this point, 13 inches, get the middle, 6.5. Middle of this again, that's 3.25, 3.25 here. The middle of here again is 3.25 as well. Then for the first quarter, go up by half inch or 1 or 3/4 this way. Leave the middle one untouched. The last quarter come down by 1. Then freehand sketch, connect from here to your half inch, to the middle, to the 1 inch, and back to the 4 inch. So this is what this could have given us when you have connected all through this way. And then you will now change to this direction. And then you see, it's still giving us a perfect curve that suits what we have been looking for. So this is how you draft your sleeve when you are working, right? So when you have gotten to this point, then this outer area will go all out this way, or preferably I will show you what to do. You can just cut it out straight. If you want to know the perfect place to tilt your sleeve edge, you can remove the sleeve, the baseline here. You can remove the baseline here, and after this you can fold from the notched point. You notch here, you fold from the notched point this way, right? So this is just the perfect way to do that. So you can just mark 13 inches again plus extra 1.5 or 2. So once you have gotten it, then it goes all the way straight to this point this way, and then you come here and cut it out. You cut it out. So this serves you for the sleeve. You see how perfectly connected this one came out. Then the next you can now do will be your back facing, the flap and the side pockets if you're making side pockets, but back facing comes next. So here you fold the front panel this way as well, fold the front panel this way as well, and then you do your back facing. So you get your back panel. So back facings must be done with back panels. So here you place it this way. So the placement should come either 1 inch above the armhole or equal with the armhole, depends on the folding, the extent of folding you want to achieve. So here you have it in this form. So you carefully cut it out. So you carefully cut it out. So this is how it goes. This is how it goes. So this is it. Then when you have it this way, so now the next we are going to do now will be on the styling on the front facing. So the front facing is just going to be a different ball game. So this is where you showcase your talent and everything, like whatever you're going to do on the outfit. The front facing will house the whole designs. But looking at the fabric, it's looking so beautiful already, right? So you might not really add much design, but the owner wanted to use a black pant or black trousers to put it on. So I would likely drop some black designs or some black facings, to wrap it up. So that will be solely my decisions to make. So I will just proceed, and then the piping will be black. Maybe the pocket might have a touch of piping black, to blend it. So this will be the end of the tutorial on drafting. So now the next you will do will be on the sewing. So I have made several videos on how to style outfits. You can go check it out. Then after you have seen the videos, or if you can do it by yourself, you go ahead and do it. I will show you, or I will tell you the sewing aspect as well. Don't forget to like this video, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. So see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.